Hello, this is Nick from ReviewOutlaw.com. Today I'm going to show you how to stop the screen door from opening here. As you can see, we have a windy day today and the wind's blowing through and it's opening this screen door by itself. What happens is it allows the bugs and bees to come in. Even though the screen door has a hinge which should auto close it, it's still with the wind. You get a windy day like today, it's going to open itself, allowing the bugs to go through. A couple different options to stop the screen door from opening. One is one of these. Basically, this is going to mount on here, and that's going to lock and close that door, keep it shut. The problem with this is sometimes if you open or slam the door, it will sometimes go like this, and then you have to keep fixing it. Also, depending on how thick the door is, and it bends like this, and then where you put the door on. Another thing is this doesn't look too nice because it's not white like the door is. So the option that I'm going to go with is this right here. And basically pick this up at Lowe's. It's not too expensive, so it's like 10-15 bucks, something like that. And that's going to give me a door handle. So basically we can close the door and latch it and keep it nice and tight. So first thing we're going to want to do to install this is going to come over to your door and figure out where this door is going to shut. It's kind of hard to pull it with no handle, which I've already taken off. But basically we're going to want it to shut and hit right about here. We already have a couple holes here. So we need to figure out how far away from the door itself we want to keep that. This is your latch. So we're going to basically be putting that on here. So I have about 1/4 of an inch right here, dip in for my molding. So we're going to need to measure in 1/4 of an inch here and basically drill my holes through the door. Also, you want to check your interior door, make sure it doesn't hit anything like door handles or anything like this. So make sure that will fit, which I've already checked. Make sure the height's right and it doesn't hit anything in here, because that would be bad if you did not check that first. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to measure here. It's about 1/4 of an inch. So now I'm going to measure in 1/4 of an inch. And my height, I've already gotten, I want it to be slightly higher than these holes. So measure in 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to put this right up against here. So you need a minimum of 1/4 of an inch to fit it. I can do slightly more and it'll be safe to do that. And I've drawn that on there. So now basically, I'm going to put this down here. We're going to get our drill together, and they give you a guide here on what holes to drill. So we need to drill the holes all the way through this door, and we're going to line this up basically this right here. You can't really drill through all the way simply because we need to drill a pretty big hole. It's a 5/16 hole that's going to allow the bit to go through. Just going to mark here where the hole is. Perfect right here. So now that I have my hole done up, we can actually just drill right through this here. And then I'll line this up here. Double check that. There we go. So now we have one hole through. What I'll do before I drill my other holes is I'll just double check everything now. Always good to double check rather than assume it's right. So we'll put one of these in here. So this is going to be my exterior latch. And that should fit in, which it is. And then my depth, slightly short, so I might have to do, because this recesses in a bit, I'm just going to see if I can take the drill, make it a little bit larger. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I guess that's a little bit better. Again, this screw is slightly shorter. See if we have a longer screw here. I'll give you a couple different screw sizes in case the first one wasn't the right length. Let's check this again with a longer screw. Oh, that fits better. So this piece here should fit in here. Get a screwdriver. Okay, it's looking good. So make sure this is going to fit in here, and we're going to make sure this latch is going to work well. So that's going to work pretty good here. And this latch, make sure we can fit that in its place too. So that should hang out just like this. It should grab. Alright, so I have the handle installed here. So basically, I'm just going to show you how this puts together. Come right out. So we have two screws here holding this together. This is the center piece that allows it to open and close. We have 3 holes. I just used that piece of paper guide to cut these 3 holes. So I'm going to stick right through here. Put my spring in here. And get my finger pusher in here. Button. And it's going to connect together, and just like that, make sure the spring's going good. And line these screws up. Don't over tighten that. Make sure it's snug there. Okay. Boom, now it's locking. Push the button in, opens up, and now it won't open up with that wind. So that's just a cheap option to keep your screen door closed, and that worked very nice.